Hello and welcome to another video from Simplified Retirement Planning. Really excited to have you here today, tuning in to another video from us. So what are we going to talk about today? Now, if you've ever been stuck in any kind of situation, then this video is for you. Specifically, if you're stuck when it comes to your retirement planning journey, then you're definitely in the right place, because I'm going to be sharing with you tips, tools and techniques that you can use and apply immediately to get out of the retirement rut that you might be in when it comes to your life and your retirement. Let's get into it. Okay, so number one is you need to start reading books. Now, not just any old book, and I'm not talking about novels, because, they can be exciting too, but I'm talking about books to change your mindset, books that will help you to really focus on your future and what you want for yourself. And I've got a couple of books that I'm going to recommend for you. The first one that I'm going to recommend for you is Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. And I know loads of people might have read that one, but I'm mentioning it here for the purposes of people who've never heard me speak before, but also who may never have heard that book before. Now, Napoleon Hill's book was written back in, I think it was 1937. So it's a really old book, but it's still as relevant today. So that's the very first book I'm going to recommend to you. The second book that I'm going to recommend to you is Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Now, if you've done any kind of training or learning when it comes to personal finance, you most likely have heard of this book. Again, I'm mentioning it for the purposes of people who've never heard of it. Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. That's the second book that I want to recommend that you definitely pick up and read. So straight out of the bat here, I'm going to give you some homework. So if you've not read those two books, please go and read those books. Number two is I need you to start thinking about changing your peer group. In fact, this is a request for you to change your peer group, because if you continue to hang around with the same people all the time that you're used to hanging around with, maybe you went to school with them, maybe you went to college with them, maybe you even work with them, or even maybe they're in your family. Wherever those other people are, unless they're supporting you and encouraging you and cheering you on from the sidelines, if you get stuck as you continue to grow in this journey of working out how you're going to create the life of your dreams, then you really want to be surrounded by people who are really in your corner. And that's why I want to encourage you to change your peer group. Don't be like the frog who fell into a bucket of, or in fact, a pot of boiling water, and all the frog had to do was literally jump out of the pot. But you know what? The frog was so comfortable in that pot, didn't actually realize the water was boiling. But guess what happened to the frog? I'm going to leave that up to your imagination. So that's number two. Change your peer group and get around people who are willing to make changes, make sacrifices for their life. Number three is I want you to make time for what's important to you. And I know it's really easy to say that, because you might say to me, well, Hannah, I haven't got time. I've got to, get up in the morning. I get up at 7, I brush my teeth, I do a shower and all this business. And then I've got to rush to work. Oh, and by the way, I've got to look after the children. Where on earth do you expect me to find the time? And then I come home in the evening, I'm so shattered. Listen, all I'm going to say to you is this. This is your life, and it's entirely up to you how you spend the time that you have available. And ultimately, we all have the same amount of time. It's not like Bill Gates has more time than you or I or Elon Musk or Oprah Winfrey. No, everybody has an equal amount of time, but it's ultimately about how you spend your time. And here's something that I want to offer you. If you're thinking, oh my gosh, I really don't have the time for this, here's what I want to offer you. I want you to write down exactly what you do when you wake up in the morning. Maybe not exactly, but sort of like broadly. So if you get up at 7 o'clock in the morning, 7 till 8, get ready for work. 8 o'clock, you're out the door. 9 till 12, you might be at work. And then 12 to 1, you've got an hour lunch break in there. Yeah, so we're gonna remember that. You got an hour that you can spend doing something in there. And then you said, let's just say you go back to work at 1 o'clock. You're back at work till from 1 o'clock to say 5 o'clock or even 6 o'clock. You're on the train or whatever it is that you're doing between 5 and 6 or 6 and 7. Let's just assume you're back home by 7. Now, I am assuming you're not going to go to bed at 9 o'clock. So you're probably going to go to bed at 10 o'clock. So you got to allow an hour for preparing your meals, some time for settling down and resting or whatever. But in that time, remember, you have 24 hours, just like me, just like everybody, okay? So let's just say, so I've given you an idea as to how to write this up for yourself. But let's just say in that 24 hours, let's just say you sleep for 8 hours. Let's just say you work for 8 hours. Yeah, that means you've got 8 hours left. Flexible time in your schedule. So this is where I want you to find at least, if not an hour a day, if not 2 hours a day, I should say, I want you to try and find a minimum of an hour a day to dedicate to your life, to your future. Because you know what? If you don't dedicate that time for yourself, I'm not going to do it for you. It's ultimately down to you. So that is tip number 3. Make time for what's important. Prioritize what's really important for you. Number 4. Oh, this one is leave your comfort zone. Now, I know, again, this is another one that sounds really, really simple. And you may already have stretched yourself beyond where you think you can achieve success. But let me tell you this, if you're going to change your life, and I mean radically make changes in your life, you've got to be prepared to stretch beyond your current comfort zone. So I'm going to give you a visual representation of this to make it easy for you. So draw 2 circles on a sheet of paper, a big one and then a smaller one within the bigger circle. And then I want you to write you, Y-O-U, in the center. So that's you currently within your current comfort zone. But remember, your potential is out here. How are you going to get from here to here? That means you're going to have to leave the comfort zone, leave things that you are familiar with, and really be prepared to stretch yourself beyond where you currently are. And yes, it starts with reading. Yes, it starts with making time for these things. But ultimately, you've got to be able to stretch your comfort zone and leave fear at the door. So what's number 5? Number 5 is you have got to create a plan. And yes, again, really simple, but will you do it? Will you create a plan for the life that you want? Because ultimately, until you create a plan, you're going to really struggle to find where you want to be or even who you want to become. And here's a really good example that I'm going to give you. If you drive a car or you've been in a car as a passenger and you want to go somewhere and you don't know where it is that you're going, that's you right now. You may not know where you're going. But you have a GPS system in your car, or you have Waze or Google Maps or whatever it is you've currently got in your car as your navigation system. So your plan is your navigation system. And so what I need for you to do and think about actually first and foremost is, imagine you get in the car, you actually don't know where you're going because you've never been there before. Just like with this particular journey, you've never been there before, or even if you've been there before, there's a reason why you're watching this video, because you're not quite where you want to be. And so I want you to think about your GPS in the car. If you plug in the address, 22 Acacia Avenue, you will get to that destination. It's the same with creating a plan. Start to write down what it is you want to do and where you want to go. Because think about a navigation system. Let's just say it's taking you on its way to Acacia Avenue or wherever it is that you're going. If you take a wrong turning, what will the navigation system do? The navigation will give you another route to go back and turn left and turn left and turn left, or it will say turn right, or if there's one-way systems, it will give you an alternative route. And that's why it's really important for you to create a plan. So as part of your assignment, and I know homework, you're probably thinking, oh my God, I left homework behind when I left school. I'm not doing homework. Here, this is your life. It's really that simple. I want you to create a plan. Get a blank sheet of paper. If you're not going to use a spreadsheet, get a blank piece of paper and a pen, pencil, worst case scenario, and write down a list of things that you want to do in order to create the life of your dreams, because this is your life, yeah? And then a plan is nothing until you take action. So number 9, start to take action on your plan. Now, again, when you've got it written down, make sure you prioritize things that are important to you, and then pledge, commit to take action each and every day, even if it's just one thing that you do each and every day to get you further forward faster in terms of your plan. I need for you to commit to that, because you're watching this video for a reason. You remember, time is money, as I remember one of my children once said to me once, "Mum, time is money." And I was like, okay, because I asked them to do something, but that's neither here nor there. But I want to share that with you and just remind you, because sometimes we think, oh, I can't do this or I can't do that. The can't word needs to be, number one, eliminated from your diary or from your vocabulary even. And I need for you, once you've written your plan, start taking action on it every single day. In terms of the sorts of things that you might want to incorporate in your plan, you'll have to watch the next video, because this video is getting long already and I wanted to keep it nice and short and sweet for you. So that was take action, which was number 6. Number 7, I want to remind you that you need to make sure that you enjoy this journey. This is, it's, yes, the destination is really, really important, but on your way to that destination, you've got to make sure that you enjoy each moment as you go along. Ultimately, I want you to share your wins. So make sure to come and join us over in the Facebook group and share the wins that you're accomplishing as you move forward in your journey. And number 9, guess what number 9 is? Do I need to even tell you? Number 9 is absolutely make sure you have fun. So let me just quickly recap for you. Number 1, start reading, start learning new things. I've given you a couple of books to get you on your way if you're not familiar with them. And if you need some more books, seriously, send me a message. I could give you loads of books that you can start reading to start changing your mindset. Number 2, change your peer group. Number 3, make time for what's important. Number 4, yes, stretch your comfort zone. Number 5, start with a plan. Number 6, take action. Number 7, you are absolutely enough. Make sure you enjoy the ride. Number 8, share your wins. Number 9, have fun. That's it for this video. Check out the next video where I'm going to give you some items that you might want to include in your action plan. It's been fun. Oh, please remember to like, share, comment, subscribe, and I think hit the notifications bell, which I think is here. And I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Bye for now.